Hello everybody, my name is Antonio and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing APA Masters. We are playing against Marcus. He's a great player. He's an APA 7 and he's about a 620 something Fargo, I believe. And I'm a APA 7, about a 520 Fargo. Anyway, APA Masters involves 8 ball and 9 ball. It's a straight race to 7. Today we elected to play 8 ball first. It'll be a total of 5 racks of 8 ball and then we'll transition into 9 ball. Marcus starting with the break here. Looks like he elected to take solids. Looking at the whole rack, he's gonna have to find a solution for that 4 ball. I think it goes off that side rail, and then the 1-3 are a little tricky. Looks like he just tried crashing into them now. Marcus really is a great player and he's super tough to beat. He puts you in a lot of tough spots. You can't make many mistakes against him or you will never win the match. It looks like he's in a pretty good spot here. The 3 ball looks like it passes on the side. It's not the easiest shot, but if he makes this, it kind of opens up the whole rack. He's still going to have to get good on that 4 ball. The 4 ball should be the key ball leading to the 8. It's pretty thin on this 7, but it's still makeable. You just have to worry about the cue ball. Makes a nice shot there. Gets an unfortunate kiss off the stripe 13. Now we got to figure out what he's going to do with this 1 ball. He's looking like it cuts in the side pocket possibly, but where's the cue ball going is the question. Definitely have to get through a lot of traffic here. Let's see what he does. Yeah, that was a really tough shot to avoid all that congestion. But this is really the big problem in 8 ball. When you leave your problem balls for last and you run out all of your balls except 1, and then you kind of leave the table wide open. I think he may be able to see this rail first still. Still a possibility. For any of you watching out there, what he's doing right now is called the mirror system. You kind of measure where you want to hit it off the rail, and it gives you a good idea how to pocket that ball. There's tons of videos on YouTube, I'm sure, about the mirroring system. He actually overcuts it, comes pretty close, and gets really unfortunate for a scratch right there. And now the table is pretty much wide open. I don't see any problems with stripes, and we get to start ball in hand. You really want to get that 13 ball off the rail. Not that it's a problem, but you kind of want to focus on that. And once you take this ball, I mean, everything's really open. You start thinking about what ball you want to leave for last, and naturally it looks like the 12 ball leads to position last for the 8 ball. Obviously we could still make mistakes here, but we have so many balls to get back on shape on. We'll be alright. Like right there we kind of got out of line a little bit, but just reposition. On this 11 ball we prefer to have the other angle, but we should be fine coming 2 rails back to the center of the table. Looks like I gotta follow this with a little bit of high inside English. You don't want to let up on that stroke. You want to make sure you have a good follow through. I mean, that's with every stroke, but that shot in particular I seem to let up on a lot. Now I kind of wanted to take that 12 while I was right there on it. It was almost unmissable right there. But we're going to play the correct pattern and shoot the 9 and try to draw back. The key is making sure you get pretty straight on this 12 ball. If we had any angle, it could have hurt us. But it looks like we got good on this. All we should do is just float up and have a nice shot on the 8 ball, going on the board 1-0. That was really big, stealing the first rack from Marcus in a race to 7. Alright, we got the break, and it looks like we made a few balls here. In APA, you have to take what you make, but if you make multiple balls, you do have the option, obviously. I think I really wanted to take solids here, but looking more at the rack, I think a lot of the stripes, or mostly every stripe, I think, has a pocket. So not bad. Of course, we can land anywhere really on the table, and we get weird on this 7 ball. Slight elevation is always going to make the shot a little bit harder. And of course, we missed that. A little bit unfortunate, but we still should make that shot. But if we get where we want to be, we should take that 11 ball and then the 9, and then it kind of opens up the whole rack. But instead, we miss a shot we're not supposed to miss and give Marcus a really good opportunity to get on the board here. Looking at solids, the 5 and the 2, I think they both pass. If they do, Marcus should be on the board here. He's good enough to get out. If they don't, then things become a little more tricky. Let's see what he does. Looks like he has a 6 on the side here, and the 6 is going to set him up perfectly for the 2 or 5. The 4 ball is slightly tricky to get on, but he's good enough where he'll figure something out for sure. It looks like it's definitely close here to see if it passes or not. I guess we'll find out in a minute here what he does. Yeah, he's definitely looking. It's tight. It did go. Nice shot. A lot of body movement there, but still finds a way to make the ball. All right, this angle he has on the 2 ball looks like he's going to have to run into a few things. He's going to need a little good fortune here, and looks like he clips the bottom of the 9 ball. And I don't see a pocket for that 4 ball unless it goes on the side. It must go on the side. He got down pretty quick on it. Yeah, what was I thinking? Look at that. Straight in the side. Nice shot, Marcus. And looks like he's going to get on the board here 1-1. All right, Marcus breaking from the side rail. Looks like he's doing the 2nd ball break. The 8 on the break in this format is a win. It's just like your traditional 8-ball APA league night. If you make the 8 on the break, you do win. So it's always beneficial taking the 2nd ball break as opposed to the head ball break, in my opinion, where formats you can win on the break. Looks like he made a ball, and cue ball's in the center of the table almost, so he has options. Again, it is make what you take, so makes it slightly harder. I'm not sure what he made on the break. Believe he's going after solids here. Thing cut on the 3 and makes it. Nice shot. He's going to have to figure out what he's going to do with that 7 ball there. Might be able to go into it now if he shoots this 2 ball on the side. No, he's trying to break out the 4. I don't think the 4 passed the 9 either. Now it looks like he's in a really tough spot here. The 7 still has a problem, and now the 4 and the 9 are an issue. Now that 9's deep enough in that pocket where you can kind of follow that 4 ball in eventually. He might be trying to do that now or bank it. No, he did exactly what I said. Follow the 4 ball in. That was a great shot. That's a lot more tricky than it looks. You have to hit that ball dead square. You can't hit the side of it or that 4 ball won't go in. And he opened up the 7 with that shot. That was a really good shot. He's got to figure out how to get to underneath that 7 to shoot it in the other corner. He's got to come all the way around here. This cue ball is going to be going wild. Again, there was some traffic in the middle of the table. That was a tough shot. Again, we kind of get down to that problem now with 8 ball where we're kind of stuck with one object ball left. And if you miss this, you leave the table wide open for your opponent coming to the table. Now, I have no clue what you're going to do with this 7 ball. I really don't see anything offensive, but Marcus is thinking about it, and he's a higher skill level than I am in terms of Fargo. I mean, we're both 7s, but we're 2 totally different 7s. So he's trying to figure out something here. Looking in that corner, I don't see how that 7 ball is going to go towards that corner. I don't even see if he can hit it off. Can he hit it off the 10 ball? He might. In the side, maybe? Yeah, it looks like he was trying to do something like that. Yeah, that was extremely tough. I wouldn't even know what to do with that, to be honest with you. Anyway, we have a shot back at the table here. Everything looks pretty open, not seeing any problems. Our opening shot looks like we're going to take the 12 ball and then try to land on one of these balls for the side pocket. All right, looks like we landed on the 10 ball. We have a slightly funny angle with the cue ball heading towards the direction of the 14. We kind of wanted the other angle, floating up table to make it easier. So we kind of try to stun that and run into it to push it towards the pocket. I remember I was just going to shoot this 14 first, but I thought the 15 was a better shot going into the other corner. I guess you want to hit this with a little bit of pace and maybe play the 11 for the side. Or come back out. I don't think that was the intention there. Take this 11 ball on the side, float back up table for, I think, the 14. But if we get good on the 13, we could take the 13 then. It got a little weird on the 13, so we're going to have to take the 14 in that corner. Just want to pop it out a little bit for the 13 in the corner where I'm standing at. I think we kind of overhit it. I don't think we were playing for that side pocket, but in hindsight, that looks like the better play and the easier play. It was kind of the natural path of the cue ball. Just stun that over and shoot the 8 in the opposite corner. And we should be taking the lead here 2-1. All right, we have the break, second ball break, trying to make the 8 ball and control the cue ball off the side route back into the stack. Looks like we made a couple balls here. Looking at the whole rack, trying to identify some of the problems. It looks like we're going to take solids given where that 7 ball is. The 3 and 2 initially looked a little tied up here, but the 3 passes in both corners once you remove the 7. And it leads nicely to the 4 ball in the opposite corner. We're going to open up with this 7 ball. Kind of try to get back to the center of the table with the cue ball. And have a really bad cue ball there. Need to control that a little bit better. But that's the part about being a 520 Fargo. You don't exactly know where your cue ball is going at all times. Kind of in a tough spot here. Don't really have a shot. I think the only thing we really have is going Ralph first at that 6 ball. We make a great shot there to keep our run going. And now it's starting to look like it's a possible break and run. I don't want to speak too soon, but everything is a pocket now and we establish the pattern. We're so good on this 2 ball, but the correct play is taking the 1 ball. If I was a good enough player, I'd be able to take the 1 ball and get exact shape where I want to on that 2. I'm going to take the 2 first. I want to hold the cue ball for the 3. The 2-3-4 pattern, and then I was going to try to leave the 1 for last. That wasn't the correct pattern, and we missed the 2 ball anyway, but just simple mistakes we could fix here. Anyway, Marcus coming back to the table. Let's see what he has for an opening shot. Looks like maybe he can open up with that 13 in this top left corner. Looks like he may be trying to play a safety here. Yeah, it looks like he was trying to maybe float up a little bit and put me behind that stripe. But didn't execute it too well and gives us another opportunity back at the table. That 3 ball definitely goes past that 13 like we established earlier in the rack. We have to figure out this 4 ball. We're going to run into it, I guess, and push it near the pocket. We instead run into his stripe, and we put us in a really bad spot here. I guess we're looking at the combination, the 4-2. The cue ball and 4 ball are really close, so it's going to make this a little bit hard. When the cue ball and object ball are this close, it's kind of better to get that angle where you see me standing really high above. We get fortunate to make it there, but then the 4 ball is tied up and we have no breakout ball now. So now we're pretty much dead. There's no way I can see that 1 ball breaking out that 4. But I'm going to try to get fancy here. I don't really have anything else. I didn't want to shoot this one actually because it's better not to take this in most scenarios, but I'm going to get fancy. I'm going to try to take this one, and then I'm actually going to try to bank this 4-ball to this upper left pocket. It sounds crazy, but it's really the only thing I remember seeing at the time. If anyone's seen a better pattern for the other 2 balls, the 1 and the 4, in the comments, someone let me know what else I could have done. Probably played some type of safety. But we're going to go for this. And we didn't avoid the double kiss there. I don't think we played it with any spin. I think you had to play it with some type of inside spin, so that bank misses. I almost never play that shot. That shot never comes up for me in real games, so that's a shot I would have to practice. Anyway, got pretty fortunate where we left the cue ball. Didn't really leave him a good offensive shot. He opens up with a great bank and kind of gets himself back in line. Has a nice shot in the side here. It has to get on this 9-10 pretty soon. Looks like he's going to float up past it. And now it's about what one you want to take first. The angle is a little bit weird on the 10 ball where you're kind of floating away from the 9. Play the 9 in the side pocket after though. Oh, jars the 10 ball. And now I have an easy 2 ball out here, and I should be getting on the board 3-1. All right, this is going to be the last rack of 8 ball. This is rack number 5. After 8 ball, we are going to 9 ball and continuing the race to 7. All right, looking at the break, we have a bad cue ball. Cue ball is all the way up the table, and we make 3 stripes on this break. That's the real bad thing about APA. You're married to what you make, so no matter what, we're stripes here. We get fortunate. We do have an opening shot here. It's not the easiest one, but the 14 ball does go. And it looks like every stripe has a pocket. This 10 ball passes up in the corner right where I'm standing. But we missed that ball. That was kind of a weird ball to make. I mean, it's straight in on a 7-foot table. We should be able to make that. But unfortunately we miss, and we give Marcus another chance at the table here. Marcus definitely has some work to do with this table. 6 ball is tied up where that 14 is. And I'm not sure if that 1 ball passes in the upper corner. Opens up with the 4 ball. Nice shot. And he's really going to have to figure out how to break out that 6 ball. Might be able to open up the pocket now, taking the shot. No, I think he wanted to open up the pocket there. I definitely have to figure out something for this 6 ball. I don't see anything initially here. It's kind of in a tough spot. Looks like he's looking at the 6 ball now. He might be able to just take the pocket, I guess, because my stripe was over there. Kind of hits it with some pace though. And it looks like we have a shot at this 11 ball. And again, our 10 ball does pass in the upper corner, so we definitely have an opportunity here to get out. We got to play short side on this 9 ball. That was a tricky shot, playing that, kind of floating into position on the 9 ball, because you don't want to be straight on the 9 ball. You definitely need a slight angle. We do have an angle, but we're a little bit on the rail. As long as we can get anywhere over there, we should have a shot in the 10, and the 8's kind of sitting over the side pocket. It would help us though if we got a good angle on this, or even straight. It looks like we got there pretty good. Right there, I was looking to kind of snip back and take the 8 in the side, but realizing you can really just float up here and you should be good taking that 8 ball in the side pocket if you just float up a couple inches. And we should be getting on the board here 4-1 in a race to 7. All right, looks like we are moving on to 9-ball. I have the lead 4-1 with the break. Was really trying to make the wing ball or the one in the side, missed both of them, and we are going to give Marcus an opportunity back at the table. Marcus is a great 9-ball player. I'm pretty sure that is his better game. So this 4-1 lead really doesn't mean anything because Marcus can put a couple of racks on you pretty easily here. Looking at the rack here, it looks fairly open. Every ball has a pocket. He just got a little bit weird on this 2-ball. I don't see anything offensive here. It looks like he's kind of forced to play some type of safety. Looks like he's going to float us down to the bottom rail. He executes that pretty well. And again, I'm not sure if I told you guys, but in Masters, you are allowed to use jump cues. That is the one benefit of playing Masters. That's different in traditional APA as opposed to Masters APA. A couple slight different rules. You're also allowed to push out in 9-ball as well. But we're not bringing out the jump cue. Looks like we are going to do a kick, and we barely nipped the 2, but we make a good hit, but not a good result. We leave him right over the pocket. All right, Marcus back to the table here. Looks like he's going to take a 2 in the corner. Tricky thing is getting on the 3-ball. Looks like he comes around it and doesn't have really anything too offensive here. Although that 9-ball is sitting over there and he likes to hit that 9-ball. I see sometimes where he just smacks it and it goes in 4 rows and calls it in the corner pocket. He is very known in this area for doing crazy combinations. Looks like we're going to have to kick at this 3-ball here. I think the idea is to kick the 3 up table and leave the cue ball behind the 6, which we don't execute, and we actually fluke the 6-ball in. Looks like we left ourselves with another kick shot. Now, it's not a terrible idea trying to make this 3 given where the 4 is. Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done. We're going to try to actually make this 3-ball, though. And we do. We get lucky. I mean, we're not going to make that shot too often, but we get lucky to make that. We tried to make it. Now, the 4-ball here, we're kind of on top of the rail, so we can only see the top half of the cue ball. We're going to put inside spin on this and try to come back to the center of the table, but with that inside spin, with that little bit of elevation we had, it swerved the cue ball to the left and followed the ball directly in. Marcus coming back to the table, ball in hand. Looks like a pretty easy run out for him at least. 5, 7, 8, and 9. 8 and 9 are going to be in the same pocket. 7 here in the side. And Marcus should be getting on the board here 4-2. All right, Marcus with a break, and he is a dangerous player, guys. You don't want to give this guy any leadway. In 9-ball, he can string together some packages. Definitely have to watch out. So this is a big rack here. I mean, either it's a 4-3 game or a 5-2. That's a big swing. Breaks the balls pretty nicely here. 3-ball is going to be a little tricky. Makes a nice shot on the 1 and tries to run into the 3. I don't think it opened up the pocket. He may be able to play that carom, though, into the 5. He's going to have to get good on it, though. Looks like he kind of overran it a little bit. Still should be fine. Plays a nice shot there. Kind of wanted to hold the 3 a little more if he could. He's going to have to come with another good shot. A back cut into the corner pocket. Probably going to have to play this with a little bit of low on the cue ball and come back and forth. Makes a good shot there. Has to make one more good shot this rack to win, really. The 4 is makeable. It's not an easy shot, but the cue ball is going to be coming hot, and he's got to find a way to control it and get on the 7. Very thin cut here to this pocket. Yeah. Gets fortunate to roll into the 7 and still have a shot. Looks like he's going to play the 8 for the bottom corner down there. Just float this one in. Or he tried playing the 8 for the side. He tried punching that 7 ball and playing the 8 for the side. I think the better play there, and obviously everything's hindsight, but just to roll in that 7 ball and just take the 8 in the corner down there. But he's going to give us ball in hand with a 3 ball out, and we should be on the board there 5-2. All right, coming back with the break, breaking from the left side, trying to make the 1 ball and the wing ball 7 in that corner pocket. Come up dry here, and we can't keep doing that. We haven't made a ball on the break in 9 ball yet. Been struggling with the 9 ball break recently. I'm conflicted. Definitely something I have to get some more reps in with, but Marcus opens up with a good shot, runs into the 2 ball. Doesn't look like he's going to have anything offensive here. Probably going to play some type of safety, bringing us up table. Is it going to sneak out? No, it looks like we're going to have to kick this ball. Thought we were going to come off that short rail down there, but it looks like we're going to go for the side rail. Maybe try to make it. Slight chance. Wow, look at that roll. That was extremely lucky, really. I mean, I don't see anything here. How are you going to get out of this? Wow, what a shot. Now, there is no 3 foul in APA Masters, so I wonder if the play might be to tie something up here, because I really don't see anything he could do. Looks like he's going to come off this top short rail. Yeah, I didn't see anything. All right, coming back to the table with ball in hand. Have a pretty open rack here, no real problems. The 2 to the 3, 3 sitting in the pocket. 4 ball has multiple pockets. You can kind of play this a couple different ways. I think we like coming for that 3 ball, or playing the 3 ball and coming for the 4 ball on the side. At first, I was looking to play the 4 ball in the corner by me, but the proper shot here is to play the 4 on the side. You have a lot of room down there to get good on it. Or you have some insurance. Yeah, we were definitely playing for the side there, but we have a shot at the corner now. Have a slight angle going away from the 5. We got to kind of punch into that 9 ball to move it over a little bit. And now the whole rack's wide open. Do a stop shot here, play the 6 in the side. 7's over the pocket, 8's over the pocket. 9 ball goes in the side. A lot of this is easier said than done. You got to really still execute this. Part of being a 520 is making some mistakes here and there. Like, we kind of got a little off angle on that 7 ball, had to force it with some inside. Now we just got to bunt these 2 balls in, and we should be on the hill here. And 6-2 in a race to 7. All right, back to the table with the break. Breaking from the same spot, and we get the same exact result. Did we expect anything less? I'm really stubborn. I like to break from that side. I don't really like to break from anywhere else, but I got to be a little more versatile and break from other places. Anyway, Marcus opens up with a really nice bank shot there. Hooks himself on the 2 ball, though. Looks like he's going to be forced to kick at this 2 ball. It looks like he's coming behind the 4 ball. You got to watch out for that scratch. I don't think the scratch is on, actually. The 2 ball is a little farther away from the pocket. Hits it really good. Hits it solid. What's the 2 ball going to do here? Nothing. Nothing really offensive. If you want to be a kamikaze, you could take the 2-7, but I can't make that shot in a million years. I can't make a dead straight combination, let alone this off angle one. What we're going to do here is we're going to try to play a safety. Roll up and float the 2 over. Not a terrible result. Leave it pretty good, actually. It's going to have to come up with a nice kick here. And it looks like he's going to have to kick this on the short side over by him and come 2 rails at the 7 ball. I don't see him coming all the way down there at that bottom rail. I don't see a clear path for it, at least. Yeah, it looks like he's aiming for this 2 rail position. This is always a tough shot when you're that close to the rail. Really tough to judge for me. Makes a beautiful hit, though. And looks like he's going to get a good result. I may be able to see the left side of this 2 ball. Yeah, if I could see the left side of this 2 ball, all I have to do is chip this ball and put it behind the 7. Put the cue ball behind the 7. Oh, it just sneaks out, though. If we put that 2 ball behind the 7, that's going to be a really hard kick. We get fortunate where the 2 ball doesn't pass too far out where he has anything offensive. He's going to still have to kick at this, but if he's behind the 7, we have a real chance to get it ball in hand. Makes a good kick, though, and brings us back to the table. We can only see the left side of this 2. It would really be good if we could see the right side of the 2, because then we could just bank this 2 ball right by where the cue ball is now and put the cue ball kind of behind the 7. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to masse so we can see that right side of the 2 ball and try to just bank it over, but we completely mishit it and leave him a deadly combination 2-9. This guy loves combinations. He really never misses them. He's a dead favorite to make this. But somehow the 9 ball jars off the point and pops back out of the pocket. We get extremely lucky there. He probably makes that 9 times out of 10, if not more. Anyway, we got a nice shot here on this 2 ball, or at least something offensive. Got to make this come back up table. Completely dog it, though. That wasn't even close. And it looks like the 2-9 is going to line up pretty good here. The 5 ball might look like it's impeding a little bit, but from what I remember when I was walking by, it's something he's going to make this time. Yeah, he's not going to miss that one. And he's going to be on the board there. 3. All right, Marcus with the break here. That's a nice solid hit. Almost scratches in the side pocket. Where's the 1 at? All right, didn't make a ball. Leaves us hooked on the 1. We're going to jump this ball, though. It's kind of sitting by the pocket. I actually borrowed Marcus's jump cue with this. I probably should have broken it down. Looks fairly long right there. Should have took the bottom piece off, and because I didn't take the bottom piece off, the cue ball flies off the table. I'd get a little too much power on it, but that was a shot we could have made, but unfortunately give him ball in hand, and let's see what some of his problems are. Does he have any problems here? No, he's taking the 2-9, actually. I'm sorry. Like I told you, this guy loves combinations. Yeah, dead favorite to make it. You give this guy a combination, forget about it. All right, Marcus with the break here. He's on the board 6-4. Slowly coming back here. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with Marcus. He can come back pretty fast with the combinations and run a few racks on you. So we definitely got to buckle in and win this rack, close this game out. That little cluster down there, that 3-8-4 is a little bit weird. See what he does here as an opening shot on the 1 ball. Look at him going after the 1-9. He's a kamikaze. Where's the 1 going to end up? Looks like we have an opening shot on a combination. We could take that 1 down in the corner, but I remember thinking we're going to run into the 9 and we could possibly hook ourselves on the 2. So I think we're going to take this combination, and we have to get a little fortunate here. We got to hit this with some pace and have the 1 come back out. We don't hook ourselves on the 9, fortunate enough. And we actually have a nice shot on the 1 to break out some of that stuff. The 2 sitting close by, so completely miss it though and get a lucky roll there. I mean, that's really lucky. It's really fortunate. Opens up the whole rack and have a wide open shot on the 2 and get back on the 3 good. 4 goes in the side. 7 has multiple pockets. The 9 ball's a little bit weird sitting near that side pocket, so I'm sure we got to figure that one out. But let's make these balls first and hopefully we can run these out. 4 ball is going to go on the side. That 7 ball goes on the side. That's what we're looking at now. Just float this up off that short rail and float back into position for that 7 ball on the side. Completely overhit it though. Needed to keep coming. And it looks like it just gets there for a shot in the corner pocket. Now looking at this, we're trying to miss the 9 ball with the cue ball. Come off that rail and then shoot the 8 in the bottom right corner down there. But in the back of our heads, if we do hit this, it's not the worst result, meaning if we hit the 9 ball, because it was going to push it near the pocket. Now that was lucky, but that was something I definitely thought about, because it was going to get hard trying to get on that 9 ball, given the position it was in. But we do get fortunate. We just got to bear down, make this 8 ball, and the 9 ball's now sitting over the pocket. And looks like we get on that pretty good. And Marcus gives us the game. Shout out to Marcus. He's a great shooter, great player. We're playing on bar boxes, so really anything can happen. But it was a fun match. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Please, if you liked the video, like it, share it, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we are out of here. Peace out.